The Hawaii United Okinawa Association's virtual Okinawan Festival is made possible thanks to donations from viewers like you. Mahalo and ippe nihe debiru.
Aloha! Please kokua and help us reach new viewers by subscribing to our HUOA YouTube page. Look for the red subscribe button on the bottom right. It's free. Your subscription supports our mission to share Uchinanchu Aloha around the world. Also, don't forget to give our videos a thumbs up. Mahalo and yuta surugutu urige sabira.
Hi, What's going on,
everybody?
How's everyone doing?
Long time no see, John.
I know. Actually, is this the first time the three of us have been on Yuntaku Live together?
I think so.
Possibly.
Maybe in a
Papa
really long
bear,
time.
Mama bear, baby bear. Yeah.
John wishes.
Well, welcome everyone. I think we're coming off Yuntaku Live that everybody got to see the rerun of our 50 years of HUOA, but now we're back into what's coming up so quickly. But before that, I know DJ and both Clarisse and DJ have news about what's been happening lately and what's coming up.
Well, first of all, hey, how's it going, Linda?
Hi,
it was
Linda.
good to see you at the Kari event, too. We'll talk about, Clarisse will talk about Kari event, but, real quick, we got a lot of things going on. It feels, I swear, yeah, John and Clarisse, it feels like we're back to normal. We had the Legacy Banquet last month. And we had over 500 people there, and we got to honor Paul Yonomine. We also had Dr. Mark Mugiishi as well as Jane Serikaku. So it was a wonderful event. We have a big event coming up in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. And of course, we'll be talking a little bit more about that in a little bit. But real quick, I just want everybody to mark your calendars because on September 17, we are going to be having our Autumn Festival back in action. And so not only are we going to have Bon Dance for the festival on the Saturday night of the festival, we're having the Autumn Festival, Autumn Dance Matsuri at the Hawaii Okinawa Center on September 17, yeah, Saturday evening. So please come and join us, yeah. I'm very excited to see all you guys and seeing the Okinawan Center packed again. So more information on the HUOA website. And then what else do we have going on? Do we have anything else going on? I feel like we have so many things going on that...
So many things going on, yet so much that's happening. It's hard to separate.
How do we quantify all of this?
Yeah. But, you mentioned what's coming up. I know a lot of people came out for a great event this past Sunday, huh, Clarisse?
Yes.
Yeah, Kari, for anyone that's hopefully not living under a rock knows that went down this past weekend. It was the place to be. Huge thank you, mahalos to all of the groups involved, especially Shinka. I mean, Shinka we asked them, are you guys interested? Do you think you could do it? And they were just hit it out of the park. So huge thank you to the planning and steering committee from Shinka, Mark and Hanai as advisors, Mark and Hanai Higa, who also came in as sponsors, big sponsors for the event. And we're also responsible for all of the beautiful signage throughout the garden and as well as at the vendor booths. And of course, for the super helpful maps. So huge mahalos to them as advisors. And of course, here we go, Lisa Tamashiro, right? Also back in the swing of things, and we've missed her, and we're so happy she's back. And she got to co-MC with Dasmine, and I mean, what a fantastic job they did co-MCing this event with Mana Takahita, who is a web scholar here visiting in her final year of academics here, and they just did a phenomenal phenomenal job making everyone feel comfortable and at home and really bringing life to the party. So I can't thank them enough. Todd Gushikin was also pictured. He's president. Aaron Muraki as treasurer. Jessica Yamamoto, of course, DJ's partner in crime for the Bone Dance, which hopefully they will be reprising those roles this year. And of course, Carly Namahira, who has been helping us day in, day out, all the way from Colorado and sometimes even all across the nation, really, because she's traveling, she's working, she's getting more airplane training or air pilot training. So just a phenomenal group that came together. Brianne Yamada, of course, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
triple threat, Brianne Yamada. I mean, geez, like, talk about a phenomenal group to work with, and they are so passionate about what they do. So anyone, what's the age range? 21
and over, right?
21 and over.
Yeah.
Just like right on the cusp of right before you hit that cusp of 40. That is their target audience, their target group. And so if you guys are interested in being a part of a dynamic community and getting involved, then please contact Shinka. They just did a phenomenal job with, and of course the food vendors, right? I mean, we had at least like 12 different food vendors, plus our food and beverage partners, Nick Wong of Beer Labs Hawaii, Randy Kuba with Lotus Spirits, and he brought more than just awamori. I mean, he brought like the whole distillery and then some. And then
The sweet potato beer was amazing. It was a purple beer, sweet Okinawan potato beer, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm not even
loved
a
it.
beer drinker, and I mean, it went down like punch. It was so amazing. And so you can also see that as part of Festival as well, right? So more of that to come. And I mean, especially to our food vendors, it's been, especially during COVID, really, really difficult for them. And so to see them come out in full force this weekend was so amazing, and just shows a real commitment to our community and to our organization, because they just delivered these wonderful bites. I heard the bistek from Heiho House was just like absolutely amazing. So yeah.
You both of you are so excited about kari, but just for those who out there who actually have no idea what kari was, maybe just kind of paint the picture of what the overall event was.
That's right. So we'll rewind a little bit, right? So kari, this is not a completely brand new event, right? Like we had it in 2019. It was on the Friday night to kick off festival over at the Hawaii Convention Center. So we have seen this event before. We hope to see it recurring, especially as we come out of COVID. But we hope to see it as a returning annual event. So what started out as a food and beverage kind of event then became our kickoff party for this year. And so we wanted to bring, especially coming out of COVID, we wanted to bring our community back together to perpetuate and promote DJ's theme this year, right, of Chuishiji, and to really have everyone reconnect and reach those higher heights together. And so it became a reason, a kind of like a rally cry to everyone in our community, plus new friends. We had hoped to make new friends and bring them into our community and just celebrate, especially the performing groups, right? From the dance, to the vocals, to the singing, and we wanted to preview. We wanted to preview what you can expect to see at the Okinawan Festival, and so hopefully everyone got a very, very nice taste of that. But again, going back to DJ's theme this year of Chuishiji.
It was exciting. It was a big event back at the Hawaii Okinawa Center, which was the first one in 2 years. There was Okinawan music, amazing Okinawan music. There was good Okinawan food. There was good food, good awamori, good friends and family and new faces that came out. They beautifully used not just the inside of the Okinawan Center, but you saw in the picture they utilized the garden with the kari in the background. But what capped it off for me was just at the end doing the kachashi, and everybody, maybe it was the awamori, maybe it was the sweet potato beer, but everybody was like extra energetic for their kachashi at the end. So it felt really good. It felt like we were back.
It was true ashibina. In Okinawa, they use that term for kind of getting outdoors and celebrating together and dancing together. And so here at the Okinawa Center, being able to as DJ mentioned, going out into our Takakura garden and being able to really just bring the outside element in and inside out. You know, it was really a nice feeling and a beautiful evening on top of that.
Yeah. So I feel like it's just a teaser for more things to come for festival in 10 days. 10 days or how many more days?
Oh gosh.
I'm sure Clarisse has a countdown in the bathroom. Yeah, but
It
pretty
feels
close.
like less than that. Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks, right? 10 day-ish.
Yep.
But you know, we're approaching our 40th Okinawa Festival, right? And coming out of out of COVID, and actually 2 wonderful virtual events. We learned so much as HUOA, and so many of our next generation got involved, and here we are with Yuntaku Live, of course. But great virtual Okinawa festivals back to live. But we kind of want to remind everybody of where the Okinawa Festival really started and how we got here.
We have a video, I think, of the Okinawan Festival history. Let's bring that up.
Okinawan Festival is Hawaii United Okinawa Association's premier event. The Okinawan Festival is Hawaii United Okinawa Association's premier event held annually on Labor Day weekend. Organized and run by HUOA, members of its 50 clubs, and over 2,000 volunteers, the celebration focuses on sharing Uchinanchu Aloha. But how did this event grow for over 50,000 Hawaii residents and visitors to enjoy each year? Let's take a look back at how it all started. Inspired by a group of sansei who traveled to Okinawa on a young leadership tour in 1980, and a growing event started by HUOA Lima called the Okinawan Cultural Jubilee, the United Okinawa Association wanted to share the Okinawan culture with the greater Hawaii community while involving its many member clubs. The first Okinawan Festival was held in 1982 at Makoi Pavilion in Ala Moana Park. By 1985, the festival had outgrown Makoi Pavilion and moved to a bigger venue, Thomas Square and the Honolulu Academy of Arts.
Good show, and it was a good encouragement for the guys that came down from Okinawa, and I think people will be very, very invigorated by watching them. I was.
In 1990, the Okinawan Festival moved to Kapiolani Park, where the festival would grow to become one of the largest ethnic festivals in the state of Hawaii. With such a large production, festival planning would begin 8 months in advance. A volunteer base of over 2,000 would assist in various capacities in areas related to construction, logistics, food preparation, cooking, sales, and video production. The Okinawan Festival offers great food, games, cultural booths, and showcases our performing arts community. We have also been lucky over the years to have a wide variety of special guests from Okinawa and around the world.
Aloha. Haisai. Thank you. I wish you could have heard how your public officials were talking about the members of this association, about what patriotic citizens you are, about how hardworking you are, about how much you love your children. I've shaken hands with more children here in the last 30 minutes than I have the last 3 days in all of Hawaii, and I loved it very much.
Good job! Mason did it! And Kikaida did it! Let's hear it for Kikaida! Go get him, Mason! Go get him! Yeah!
After years of celebrating the festival at Kapiolani Park, weather impacts and a change in manpower to build the festival infrastructure led the organization to move the festival to a new location. In 2018, HUOA moved the Okinawan Festival to the Hawaii Convention Center, allowing our members to showcase new activities and exhibits while providing a comfortable environment for all of our attendees, from babies to senior citizens. Mahalo for your support of HUOA's Okinawan Festival throughout the years. Together, let's continue to find ways to share Uchinanchu Aloha.
Oh, wow.
Exciting.
Well, it's so nostalgic, to always watch that clip and see so many faces that, now have gone. But the whole idea of the festival is to perpetuate and also remember, so it's really something to know that we're 40 years into the Okinawa Festival. What really started with a bunch of leaders, young leaders going to Okinawa, witnessing the Naha Festival and getting so excited. And I hope that so many people come and witness our Okinawan Festival and go back to wherever they came from, so excited to go, wow, that Okinawan Festival was something else. So, and it's been our tradition in recent history that our president-elect is the chair and has that wow. I mean, they have to spend so many countless hours to prepare and organize, and of course, 3,000 to 4,000 volunteers and a core committee that works so hard, meets often and late, but all led by our president-elect, and of course this year, our leader, our fearless leader, Clarisse Kobashigawa. So Clarisse, why don't you talk about this year's 40th?
Yeah, so well, just to echo again what you said, 3,000 to 4,000 volunteers, right, in a matter of just a weekend is just about mind-blowing. So we are so lucky because we have such an amazing crew of especially core organizing committee members, about 30 of them that have been working so hard. Actually, when I think back to it from last year, right, as we started to map out what is this year going to look like, they were hard at it from last year even, and then in all these months leading up to it. So the 30 core, the 100 plus general festival committee members that captain all of the booths. So really, like when I think about it, it really is, it's not just me, it's like an entire army that is making this happen. And then I don't feel so overwhelmed. So but we are definitely so excited for what is to come next weekend. Already kind of surreal, but next weekend, September 3rd and 4th, Labor Day weekend, hopefully we will have the crowd that we are anticipating, 40,000 or so members of our public coming to enjoy our community, to enjoy the passion that we have for our culture, the food, the shopping. We have a lot of things returning, right? From everything from the country store on the first floor of the exhibit hall to the craft gallery upstairs, to just a lot of the educational kind of booths that we would also see year after year, right? With OGSH, the Okinawan Genealogical Society is returning, and so for anyone who's been wondering about their roots, and hopefully with these last 2 years of being virtual, that has, I think, ignited a lot of curiosity among people that may have not already been interested or been a part of our community. And I mean, anytime I have to start talking about the virtual, the virtual festival, I start to get like pretty emotional. So I'm just, and I think that too, right? I mean, looking at what DJ had done, and our crew there, who all hold full-time jobs, and then actually went and developed the skills and figured out how to make a virtual festival happen within less than, I don't know, a matter of months, and pull that together. I mean, that to me was daunting. So this, I feel like, we can dust ourselves off and get back onto that horse, and make this happen. So lots to look forward to next weekend.
Because it appears like we're always faced with these challenges, right? I mean, not as you saw in the video, we went from location to location, and that presented challenges. And then, of course, COVID, and that presented challenges. And then just when you think we're back to normal, but back to normal is a challenge because everybody hasn't done it for a couple of years. And so, again, to pull it all together, all our committee members, our committee chairs, and again, without our fearless leader, Clarisse, who knows where this would be. And even this year, right, I think you have to remind me that it was still in question whether we move forward with in-person because, again, continuous challenges with regard to, the lingering effects of Corona. Yeah.
Different variants popping up. And of course, and I was just, thinking a lot about this because we just did a HPR interview yesterday, and the interviewer asked a lot of kind of thoughtful, hard-hitting questions, and one of the things that we as an organization have had to really balance is the fact that we lean so heavily on all of the different generations to make our community so strong, and so. On one hand, you have the safety that everyone is heavily considering, and then on the other hand, knowing the fulfillment or the just the strength that people pull from coming back together in person, right? It's something that I think every person that's been involved with the planning has thought very, very heavily about to make sure that people feel safe. Coming back and especially dedicating all of these hours and days of volunteering, and then also making it meaningful and impactful, because again, this is the life source of our community, of our organization, but for events like this, we wouldn't be able to experience that coming together that our community has come to represent.
So what can people expect with respect to health and safety for our festival?
Right. So at the forefront of everyone's mind, right, is like, what's the masking policy? How are you guys dealing with it? So for our volunteers, we decided that it was best to set the example and to go ahead and require masking for all of our volunteers. So you will see all of our volunteers masked. In terms of the guests, though, masking is strongly encouraged, and we will be making masks available. We'll be making them available at the door, but hopefully people do come masked with their own, and taking their own safety into consideration. So,
but just to be clear, masks are encouraged but not required for attendees, correct?
That's correct, right? Yep. So we just wanted to follow closely what's already in place with the city and the state, and not diverge too much from that. And again, of course, we just want everyone to come and enjoy themselves.
There may be one or two activities they may require masks because of, I know one is in our cultural village. I believe they're going to have kimono dressing, and that's something that, you're kind of in close working proximity with the volunteer. So I think for that one, they may require anyone participating in that activity. Usually they take photos. They require masks.
Yeah, so on that note, we do have the Bunkwanoshima kimono dressing, or that's put in. Yeah, that's going on in the third floor, and that is put on by our dedicated members of HUOA Lima. And so again, this is a recurring feature or exhibit. This booth activity that that people have seen in years past. So this will be available, but of course to enter that room, and again given the close contact of that room, we are asking that all guests wear masks. And again, same thing, we will make masks available for those who did not come with one. But hopefully everyone understands what's at stake when people are in close contact like that. But it is definitely worthwhile because you see the beautiful kimono displayed there. So yeah, again, that's on the third floor. And to be clear, it's only the first floor, right, that is going to actually require admission fee. Third floor, same as in years past, there is no admission fee for that. And again, doors open 9 a.m., right, Saturday and Sunday. There is just early admission available for the first floor on Saturday and Sunday from starting at 9 a.m. and then general admission allowed at 10 a.m.
I know, incredibly, I believe it was the first year that we were at the convention center that, I came across someone after the festival and they said, "What exhibitions?" And I said, "What?" They said, "Yeah, we went, we bought food and watched the program, but I didn't see any exhibitions." And so they didn't know that we had a third floor.
Oh, my goodness.
And so, and by the way, we say third floor. The second floor is parking, so there's no second floor to our festival. It is the main floor and our exhibition rooms on the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited because I have a photo of my daughter when she was like 2 years old. It's one of my favorite photos. And so I can't wait because I have a 2-year-old son now that needs the same picture.
And it's funny you say I have the same photo with Dane, who's now about 24, 25. And I think he was in that photo at about 2 years old. But it'll be a very active room. The Cultural Village will also be featuring the shishi, which is the Okinawan dog, or lion dog, and so there'll be opportunities for the kids and maybe even adults to try that on, and so again, close proximity. So I think that's why we want to be very sensitive to the volunteers wearing masks, because you'll be putting on clothes, you'll be trying the shishi, very, very working very close with the volunteers.
Yeah, and along with the featuring the shishi, right, it also the Assets robotic team, who is brand new to this event, and I believe that came in through one of our members, Melissa Ching, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was a great connection. We got an inquiry saying, "Hey, would you guys be interested in featuring our robotics team?" And for anyone that doesn't know, we have a very full children's section, available. Thank you to Kent Billings and to several of our clubs that man not just the children's games, but Keiki Corner, Keiki Coloring. Now that's brand new, and now with them nestled kind of among them is the Assets robotics team, and so they have designed this cute. There we go. That's great. Thank you, Jacob. They have designed a interactive shishi, and you get to task the shishi with different activities, and I think maybe like throwing some kind of like ring or something. Sorry, but so they thought of some very creative ideas to incorporate robotics, and again, just to also reach out to the younger generations to get them involved and interested in robotics and STEM associated fields. And even with that said, we have OIST also making an appearance this year, which is brand new, the Okinawan Institute for Science and Technology. They will be part of also a extended wellness group, and so the Okinawan Institute for Science and Technology, I think DJ actually had the opportunity opportunity to visit
We
them
did, yeah.
in Okinawa. And so that
Beautiful
will
campus.
be, yes, you're right. So, and they will be part of the wellness group, which is also featuring Randy Kuba with Manasu, who we also got to see or sample this past weekend at Kari, and Pro M and Blue Zones as well, right? I mean, everyone knows or is familiar with the term Blue Zones and just how healthy Okinawans have been in their region. So we've pulled them all together as also a newer feature of this event. And I don't know if you want to say something about waste.
Well, no, I mean, good to see Sunday. She was at Kari, and thank you for sponsoring a table too. And she says robotic team, and I'm thinking, I just got an idea in my head for next year, a project for maybe we can combine OIS, all the amazing, very intelligent people at OIS and the robotics team, and recreate, I don't know, a robot that can make and drop andagi. I think that would be amazing, and I think there would be a lot of volunteers that's happy too.
I think they're gonna make the one that pours awamori first before they make the
Yeah.
one that makes andagi.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we'll solve world peace. Great. Okay. Yeah,
What-
so, sorry.
Those activities are going to be on the first floor, in case all of you want to run up to the third floor to see the robotics. But that will be all on the first floor. So, when the adults have to stand in the lines to get the food, then, the kids can go to Keiki Corner and play children's games. But did we already tell them that there's a way to kind of get in earlier?
Well, we mentioned it
back
briefly.
door,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
You can sneak in.
No, do not encourage that.
Got it.
No, but yeah, so we do. So the early admission, right, is from 9 a.m., starting at 9 a.m. on both days, Saturday and Sunday. And so again, with early admission, it's an additional $5 for adults from 13 to 64 years old. So that now becomes, instead of $10, $15. And then for seniors 65 and over, that becomes $10 instead of $5. And you get your first dibs, right, on the festival t-shirts, which everyone has been waiting for. And there is a limited supply. There's only 4,000 this year. So a little bit less than in the past. So we do expect the festival t-shirts to sell out very quickly. And then also first dibs on food. And again, all of our favorites are returning: andagi, on the dog, champuru, yakisoba, yakitori, okisoba. I think I got them all.
But all our seniors, especially, I'm not pointing fingers, but yes, all you seniors that like to go and stand in line real early to get in early, there's one catch. The early admission can only be done online. So,
And that's at okinawanfestival.com. Tickets are live. So please don't delay. Go ahead and purchase your early admission tickets. The link will be. We're gonna stop sales on Friday. Friday, September 2nd is the last day to get the early admission price.
so if I wanted to get in early on Sunday and I decided Saturday, I can't do it, right?
You can't. Nope. You have to make that decision by Friday.
But-
And purchase for both days if
But
that's
if
what
I
you want.
purchased it on Friday and I let people know that I'm selling it on Saturday and come see Jon Itomura and for a large donation to HUOA, I'm just kidding. But don't forget, it's Friday deadline for early admissions for both Saturday and Sunday.
That's correct. Yeah, we do want it. We wanted a way to gauge this year, the audience, the turnout, and so and of course, going online was a big, very big decision and an important one that we felt we needed to make this year. So. Thank you to Courtney Takara especially, and to her team at ShowClicks that has made this happen. So again, okinawanfestival.com. That is where we have all of the prices listed, the hours, and so you can just, with one click, get to the admissions website and purchase your tickets for both days.
Right. There was a question asked whether the tickets are good for both days, but you do have to get separate early admission tickets or any admission tickets for each separate day.
There we go. Yeah, so you can see on the screen you have different options available to you. And again, general admission, $10 for ages 13 to 64 years old, $5 for 65 and over, free for children. So that's 12 and under, and then an additional $5 for adults and for seniors for early admission. So yeah, so it's very layered there, I know. But we're trying this out. We're gonna see how it goes, and then adjust accordingly.
Is that a physical age or just how old you act? Because then I would be free, right?
Whatever age you want it to be, John.
Okay.
Yeah. So so that takes care of admission, and of course we will have general admission available throughout the event as well, right? So even so that you can go ahead and purchase online anytime. You can come to the door or come to the main entrance and purchase there as well.
And of course, there's limited parking at the convention center, but we do have options.
We do. So at the convention center, it's $12 per vehicle. Again, no in and out access and no overnight parking, unfortunately. But we do have an alternate site for parking, and that is at the Civic Center Municipal Parking Lot. So there's a map there. Also, again, OkinawanFestival.com. If you have any questions, need to double check something, you will find all the information that you need on OkinawanFestival.com. And I just, again, have to say thank you to the social digital media team that has been working so hard to pull all this information together and put that up onto the website and make it digestible, and especially for this cute Lisa Risa design that was also donated to us. So thank you to Lisa Risa for that very, very beautiful and cute design in the background. But OkinawanFestival.com. I cannot repeat it enough. If you have questions, you want to know what's going on, you want to know what's going to be there, what the prices are, it is all there for you. And again, alternate parking site at the Civic Center Municipal Parking Lot. It is free, right? So make sure you enter off of the correct street on Beretania. Look for the bagged meter stalls, meaning it's covered, right? And so you will know not to feed the meter, and then you can jump on one of the beautiful shuttles that we have available to you through TPT, and they are also bringing in electric vehicles this year, so they look pretty spiffy.
But it is important to note that when you get there, like Clarisse mentioned, look for the meters that are covered. You don't have to pay the meter, and you don't have to pay for the bus until you need to come back. So when you're ready to return to your vehicle at the Civic Center Municipal Parking, just in case people are wondering, because old people like me are gonna go, is that the old Civic Center or Civic Auditorium? No. So it is right near City Hall. If any of you kind of familiar, there's that sort of underground but not underground parking when you kind of across from Board of Water Supplies and somewhere around there. So that's where you got to go to park. And some people are aware on the top there's a preschool and a grass area, but I think Alapai is on one side and Beretania is on one side and King Street's on the other side. So that's the Civic Center Municipal Parking. You jump on the bus. Don't look for a ticket, bus ticket stand. Just jump on the bus. But once you get to the Okinawan Festival, on your way back, you do need to look for the shuttle ride ticket booth so that you can get back to your car.
Yep. So that's just $3 compared to $12.
Very nice.
And of course, if you're staying for Bondance, they will leave that lot open, of course, and shuttles will be running for a while after the end of Bondance.
Right, and so that again we can't emphasize enough, right? The Bondance is free. That is a completely free event. We hope for a very, very large turnout, and that is Saturday night when everything else shuts down. The Bondance will go live at 5:30. We have certain food booths still available, so andagi, on the dog, bentos will be there for sale, and the okisoba. So that will all still be available for the Bondance. And again, that is free. And so we do hope that a lot of people come down for that and experience. It's, again, the largest indoor bon dance in the state.
I wonder if you have a case for world's biggest indoor bon dance. We should look into that.
Well, we used to say we had the largest indoor bon dance for Autumn Matsuri here at the Okinawa Center. And that area at the Hawaii Convention Center is much larger.
Much
we
larger.
filled that in both 2018 and 2019. So if we thought our Okinawa Center was the largest indoor, HCC's got to be up there.
Yeah, we'll look into that next year.
Yeah, we'll call Guinness and make sure that we get into the Guinness Book of World Records.
That might be worthwhile. Anyways, I'm just derailing this. That's next year.
But again, I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there, and Clarisse mentioned we have a website to go to, and of course, the fallback is if you have questions, don't hesitate to call the Hawaii Okinawan Center at 808-676-5400, and if we can get those answers to you, and your question might be a question that we haven't heard, so don't hesitate to give us a call.
Yeah, that's right. And so I guess, again, the purpose of tonight, right, is to get everyone excited and wanting to come down to the festival next weekend. So we've already gone through admissions, through parking, and again, everyone is always asking about the food. We're happy to report that the ondagi on the dog will be fresh. Not that it wasn't before, because it was. But
It's going to be even fresher. I'm probably sharing too much information, but we at the Okinawa Festival at Kapiolani Park, we used to cook the ondagi right on site, and so it was fresh. And then, but when we had to move to the convention center, well, we still had to make it close to Kapiolani Park, and we'd kind of truck it all the way to the convention center. Well, this year we found a way to make it on site again, and so you really will be getting hot piping ondagi coming in, just like the old days at Kapiolani Park.
Yep. So that is right along the promenade, right? That we'll be cooking it hot and fresh. And again, thank you to the team, the ondagi team that is actually comprised of several clubs. Ginowan, of course, right? That is Patrick Miyashiro's club. I mean, they come through time and time again for all of our ondagi needs. My club is also one of them, Oroku Azajin. I'm very, very proud to report. And then we have also new this year is Bito Club is actually going to help on the ondagi sales, and so we just have a very nice group of clubs, committed clubs that just turn out volunteers year after year to not only just mix, because that mixing is just one day, right? Just mixing all of the ingredients and getting that together. That's going to be done earlier on Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday they are dropping that batter and making the beautiful ondagi and on the dog that everyone wants. And so again, fresh off of the promenade.
And don't think you can send someone over there, because of course I would have tried to go over there and try to buy ondagi. No, sorry, you do have to enter our Okinawan Festival and buy ondagi from our ondagi booth.
Yes, and we have also beefed up security for those exact reasons along the promenade and in order to access. So
because I'm sure ondagi will probably sell out, and people will be trying all kinds of ways to get to the source, maybe try and get ondagi before it heads into the ondagi booth. But no, you have to go to the ondagi booth.
Oh, there we go. There's those photos that we've been.
I believe these are the contest submissions from 2019, photo submissions. So I think do we have that going on this year too? Photo contest?
Yeah,
we do.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, we usually get a lot of beautiful photos like these.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, how this works is take your photos, family photos, any photos, like this year of the parade and the shishis, and then we'll have a link up for you to participate, and we'll have basically a contest after following the festival. Festival continues long after the 3rd and 4th.
I
Some
can't
ball
wait.
dance photos. Yeah.
懐かしい.
Yeah, and that is again something that we've been emphasizing, right? Is I mean, we would not be the organization that we are, but for these amazingly talented performing arts groups, or what we call or refer to as the Geino community, and they have been so patiently waiting for this, and they have been practicing, these last 2 years, and just really, really waiting to get back in front of a large audience again. And so we just are so excited to give them that audience this year, and really experience the dance, the music, really just the way that our culture just permeates both of those aspects. I feel like is just indescribable. And I think once any attendee comes through those doors, they just know they are definitely at the Okinawan Festival, and there's just a liveliness. There's that living with that kind of joie de vivre that that's so hard to capture on a regular day. So, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to put it out there that for the past 2 years, it's actually been really hard and difficult for these cultural performance groups to get together and practice. So the fact that they are participating in this year's Okinawa Festival, many of them are doing it with not as much preparation and practice that they've done or had in the past years. And so I really give them much credit and a lot of appreciation for coming out and supporting our Okinawan Festival, and of course being what it is, where we provide that exposure of our culture to everyone here in Hawaii as well as others. Now that we're now receiving so many visitors, not only from the mainland but even from Japan and other places, hopefully they'll all get to once again experience our culture, our Okinawan culture, especially those that we represent here in Hawaii.
Yeah, and thank you to Linda for putting that reminder up. Again, the full program is available on okinawanfestival.com. And you can see the full lineup there for Saturday and Sunday. And hopefully we can see that shortly.
And then you also, I don't know if we talked about it, but you guys still, those of you who subscribe to the Uchinanchu newsletter, those should be coming out within, maybe a week or so?
Or less.
Or less, yeah. And so that will have like 4 to 6 pages packed with information, maps, everything we talked about. So,
and of course, if you haven't signed up for Purple Blast, we'll get information Purple Blast too. So,
and to sign up for that, the Purple Blast is through the website. You can sign up on HUOA.org, and then for Uchinanchu newsletter, that one's special. That one you got to actually join one of our amazing 50 clubs, and so I highly recommend it. It's really packed with information. It comes out every 2 months, and you find out what's going on, what happened, so you stay in the know. And so so if you're not part of a club, then I recommend you join.
It's a HUA club membership benefit, so it's a benny. It's free if you join a club.
Jason's going to miss the festival. You're going to be in California. We were talking about, doing a virtual, and we learned a lot of things about virtual where we were able to connect people around the globe. So our plan is to not abandon. I think we learned great things about the virtual, and I think our plan is to go for. We're still doing Yuntaku. Our plan is to look at doing a virtual festival or some formal festival next year where we feature a lot of the videos from this real festival or in-person festival. And we decided it's a little bit too hard, at least this year, to coordinate both at the same time. Maybe we'll be able to do it in the future, but our plan right now is to do a in-person festival, and maybe sometime later in the year next year we'll do a virtual version in a smaller format. So more to come.
Yes,
I said it out in
absolutely.
public now. Now we got to do
We're
it.
gonna do it. Thank you for that, DJ.
Yeah. Thank you for hitting that project.
Oh, help.
Yes, we know. No, we know we absolutely will. Yeah. So.
You know what? Last but not least, I think it not only do we have so many volunteers, but just want to say big mahalo and thank you to all. We didn't talk about our sponsors, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all of our
not yet.
sponsors, and so we have many. You can go on the HUOA website. The Okinawan Festival website. But I feel like more than past years, I think we've gained their trust and faith to run a large, very successful event, and we draw a big crowd. And so our title sponsor this year is CPB Foundation. And so big mahalo to CPB Foundation for being the title sponsor. Hawaii Tourism. We also have Zippy's, Island Insurance Companies, Rainbow Drive-In, Sun Noodles, City and County of Honolulu, Don Quixote, Donkey in Japan, Hawaii Gas, JTB, WCIT Architecture and Gushken Architecture from Okinawa, and Zephyr Insurance, and then KHON too. And then speaking of KHON, right? I think there's going to be so last
week.
year we were featured on KHON. They called it the Okinawa Week, right? And so again, we're going to be back with KHON. We're partnering with them again this year, and we're going to be featured, every day the week leading up to festival. We're going to be featured on KHON on Living 808. Yeah, so here's a schedule on the website. We're also going to be be featured on KHON Sam Choi's In the Kitchen, featuring Dan Nakasone. Also, the Modern Wahine is going to be featuring our own Brie Yamada. What do we call it? The trifecta?
Triple threat. Triple threat.
Triple threat. Got it. Shirley Kimura, the CEO of Hiko, and also our very own Lynn Miyahira. And then what else do we have? And then I know we're going to be featured every day. We're not going to have the big 1 hour program like we did last year, because we want you to get excited, every day, watching every day, getting excited for the festival on Saturday and Sunday. We want you there at the festival, enjoying it. And yeah.
And with that said, also for the HOA online store, right? Anyone looking to grab their gear, we have. So the online store will be up and running in the We Are HOA room up on the 3rd floor at the Hawaii Convention Center. And for those 2 days, they will be completely shut down online. In terms of the online presence, right? They need to be able to control their inventory and sell their amazing goods. So if you want to buy anything from the online store, make sure you come down to the convention center.
And my understanding is we're going to have some exclusive items too, right?
Yep.
That's only going to be sold during festival. And if you remember, some of the items 2 years ago and even last year, they sell out fast. And so even more reason to get the $15 early admission. And
I know.
the store.
I'm here at the Okinawa Center every day, and I missed out on some of the special items last year because they sold out. No clout, no pull over here.
Yeah, you got to be constantly pressing that refresh button, right? So, so we do have some very, very exciting things coming to the online store, and I don't know if we're allowed to say it yet, but it could be a repeat vendor from last
collaboration
year. So,
maybe the past couple of years. Yeah.
Something very, very, very popular that a lot of people will be looking for again. So head down there.
Yeah. And of course, Festival, right, is a repeat
That's
this year
right.
as well, right? So,
That's right.
So we do, everyone that helped to support the food and beverage community for these last 2 years, you get to do that again this year. And thank you again to Sherry Tomashiro for cultivating that list and those relationships. And so again, you can see it at hawaiiokinawans.com for your full list of Festival favorites, which actually does begin the weekend of festival. So next weekend, and then runs for 2 weeks. So huge mahalo to all of these community partners, and to Sherry Tamashiro for again putting out the effort to do that.
Beer Labs was another one that sold out. They had that special Uchinanchu can beer,
Shikwasa,
right? Yes.
the Shikwasa beer.
And so that one, we had a lot of complaints and the complaints was good complaints because they wanted to buy it so bad, but it was so limited quantities. And so again, something else that I highly recommend. And actually, a lot of these, different venues, they sell out whatever they have. So I highly recommend that. You gotta, like Disneyland, right? You gotta plan it out. Which one are you gonna go? Okay, I'm gonna go to Ige's for Saturday breakfast. You gotta plan it out.
Yeah, I have a story. Someone had gotten in, and they ordered one, I believe, 1 6-pack, and then their significant other said, you know what? Maybe let's get 2. So she canceled that order and went back in to order 2, and in that span of less than a minute, she was already locked out.
Oh,
and ended up not being able, because it sold out. It literally sold out in a few minutes. So
my goodness.
Yeah. Gotta act fast.
And just to clarify, the festival is an event. So you got Okinawa Week, right, with KHON, week before festival. You got Okinawan Festival on September 3 and 4. Okinawan Festival is going to be running after Okinawan Festival between September 5 and September 19. So you're going to get inspired at the festival with Okinawan foods, and then you want to continue that momentum and going to these, supporting these different venues, every day so we got to set up like an Okinawan meeting every day at different places here.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
there, I saw the can.
I know.
Yeah.
I want one. Two.
Those are special cans too.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I'm excited now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was always excited about coming back to a live Okinawa festival.
It does. And, virtual was amazing. We connected people around the globe, but it doesn't beat being in person, seeing your friends and family as volunteers, hearing the music, doing the kachas, doing the actual dance, right? It's more fun than dancing in front of a TV. But it's just two different things. When possible, I think it's important that we do these events live. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And to reiterate again, we get to do this, right, because of the strength of our community, and that is absolutely a wonderful thing. So our committee, all of our volunteers and all of our community partners, we're just so happy and grateful for this opportunity.
So we just want to point out that even though the festival is running from September 5th through September 19th, maybe not all the restaurants will be running their specials for that entire time. So please check the website to check on your favorite restaurant or restaurants that you may want to try.
See, that's something I would probably make a mistake on because I'm notorious for not reading instruction and just go. And then, how come?
But, wow. Speaking of which, I know we're probably running out of time here. We're so excited talking about Okinawa Festival. But speaking about reaching out to the world with virtual, don't forget, right after Okinawan Festival, and you're all excited about Okinawa, is the Worldwide Uchinanchu Taikai coming up at the end of October. And a lot of the travel agents still have seats available. And so go out and look. If you have questions or you don't know who to reach out to in terms of which travel agencies, call the HUOA Okinawa Center. We can let you know all the travel agents that are participating or at least running tours to Okinawa. Right now, Japan still hasn't opened the borders to individual travel. You have to travel with a tour group. But the rumor is that they're going to be changing that policy, if not the end of this month. They definitely will be making policy changes in September. So hopefully by October, we'll be back to normal again. But don't wait too long. Again, seats are very limited on those tour groups to Taikai. We always just call it Taikai.
Satoko-san is watching.
Oh, hi Satoko. She worked so hard for us a couple weeks ago.
With she's part of the committee, right, for at the Okinawa Prefecture Taikai. She's like the brains.
Yep. Satoko Kaneshi, all the way over in Okinawa. Thank you for joining us tonight. But she is part of the Worldwide Uchinanchu Taikai Committee and part of the invitation. She's actually the chief of the invitation committee. So I know they're all excited about everyone from all over coming to Okinawa. They're extra excited. I'm going to be biased. They're extra excited about all of us coming from Hawaii. We always have the largest group. So again, don't hold back. Join us.
67 days to go.
Oh my gosh. So, just carry all the excitement from Okinawan Festival and take it over to Okinawa and join them in their worldwide Uchinanchu Festival.
Okinawa Week, Okinawan Festival, Okinawan Festival, and then Taikai.
And then Winter Craft Fair. But we could talk for hours about all the different things that's coming up for HUA. So that's another show, another time. But I'll let DJ and Clarisse wrap it up because wow, right after this they have to go right back into planning for more Okinawa Festival stuff.
Yep.
Yep, back at it.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for tuning. And I hope you can tell that we're like John, Clarisse, and I were just so excited. We're just like, we're getting chicken skin right now, getting ready for this event. And we're excited to see you guys there. Thank you so much to all the volunteers that are participating, planning this event. Thank you so much to our sponsors. And we're really excited to see, everybody, please, help us spread the word. OkinawanFestival.com to find out more about the information. I have a feeling, we've been going to a lot of events lately, and it just seems like it's a little bit busier, right? So people are excited to come out. So we're excited to see you guys. OkinawanFestival.com. Please come. Please support us, and then have fun.
Yeah.
Get your Uchinanchu blood boiling again.
Woohoo!
And Uchinanchu at heart, boy.
We promise you will not regret it.
Yep.
So, and again, thank you very much to our viewers. We're, continuing on with more shows coming up every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. And, again, just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, please, you can support us by subscribing on YouTube. And, we always appreciate if you enjoy, you can always do a donation on YouTube as well, too. So, Yuta surugutu unige sabida.
Nippe teberu.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you at Festival
next weekend.
Please come, Ensore. Bye, guys. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.